What if the way you normally drive your Ford diesel is slowly killing it without a single warning light? Most engines don't fail suddenly. They get quietly damaged every day by habits owners never question. Today, we're breaking down 8 habits that secretly destroy your Ford diesel engine before they turn into expensive repairs. Number 8, excessive idling. Picture this. Your Ford is parked outside a cafe, engine running while you're thinking, it's fine, it's just a few minutes. But inside your Ford's engine, something is going on. When a power-stroke diesel idles too long, the temperature stays low, fuel doesn't burn completely, and soot starts building up where you can't see it. And instead of cleaning itself, your engine slowly clogs itself. But here's the part most drivers never hear. What if that peaceful idling habit is quietly damaging your turbo, your EGR system, and even your DPF filter without triggering a single warning light? It's worse than you think. On Ford diesel engines, excessive idling causes incomplete combustion, which creates extra carbon buildup in the EGR valves, turbo vanes, and intake system. The exhaust never gets hot enough to burn soot off, so the DPF can't regenerate properly. Over time, the system works harder, fuel economy drops, and sensors start to fail. Even Ford engineers recommend shutting the engine off if you're stopped for more than a few minutes, especially in cold weather. Also, starting the engine again actually causes less wear than letting it idle endlessly. So the next time you're waiting in your Ford, remember, turning it off protects your engine more than letting it rest while running. Number 7, short trips that kill regeneration. Many Ford owners use their diesel only for short, quick drives, thinking light use is harmless and even gentle on the engine. But for a Ford diesel, short trips are actually one of the most dangerous daily habits. Because inside your exhaust system sits the DPF, the diesel particulate filter, and its only job is to trap soot and burn it off using heat. And the problem is, short drives never get hot enough. But what if I tell you this is exactly how fuel starts mixing into your oil? This is what is actually happening. Ford diesel engines rely on a process called regeneration. When you drive long enough at highway speed, the exhaust heats up and burns soot out of the DPF automatically. But short trips stop that process. It makes the soot stay trapped, back pressure rises, and the system injects extra fuel trying to clean itself. That fuel can slip past the piston rings and thin your engine oil, reducing lubrication and increasing wear on bearings and turbo parts. This is why giving your diesel at least one solid highway drive each week lets regeneration fully complete. Your Ford doesn't just want movement, it wants real heat. Number 6, skipping oil and filter intervals. Every Ford diesel looks strong from the outside, but its real life depends on what's flowing inside. Oil isn't just lubricant, it cools the turbo, protects bearings, and carries away microscopic metal and soot. And on Ford power stroke engines, that oil works under extreme heat and pressure every single drive. Each mile fills it with carbon, fuel traces, and tiny particles shaved off gears and pistons. Now, what if oil changes get delayed? When oil changes get delayed, all of that stays inside the engine, circulating through the turbo, injectors, camshaft, and crankshaft. However, most drivers think skipping one service won't matter, but they never think about what actually goes wrong inside their Ford when dirty oil keeps moving through parts designed to run perfectly clean. On Ford diesels, old oil loses viscosity, meaning it can't hold pressure properly. That weakens the oil film protecting bearings and turbo shafts. Fuel dilution from regeneration and short driving thins the oil even more, reducing protection at high RPM. At the same time, the oil filter clogs with soot and metal, lowering flow to critical areas like cam lobes and valve lifters. Ford is strict about oil and filter intervals because the turbo alone can spin over 100,000 RPM and depends entirely on clean, thick oil to survive. Also, fresh oil restores cooling, pressure, and lubrication instantly. In the end, skipping service feels harmless, but keeping clean oil in your Ford is the cheapest way to protect the most expensive parts. Number 5, fuel filter and water separator. Neglect. We already know that diesel fuel looks clean. Still, have you wondered how every drop contains tiny particles and traces of water? That's actually normal. What protects your Ford from them is the fuel filter and the water separator working together every time you drive. For Ford engines, fuel isn't just burned, it's also used to cool and lubricate the high-pressure injection system. The fuel pump pushes diesel through microscopic injector holes. Any dirt or water that slips through turns into grinding sand at 30,000 psi. Now, if you're one of the people who ignores the fuel filter because the truck still feels fine, then you need to understand what goes wrong when contaminated fuel reaches parts that are built to survive only on perfectly clean diesel. And then, you'll stop questioning why injector replacements cost more than entire engines in some cases. It's because Ford's high-pressure common rail system depends on clean, dry fuel. When the filter is old, flow drops and debris starts passing through. Water and diesel removes lubrication, causing metal-to-metal contact inside the injection pump and injectors. That leads to scoring, pressure loss, and misfires. Even small contamination can damage injector tips, affecting spray pattern and combustion efficiency. The only thing you can do is drain the water separator and replace the fuel filter on schedule to protect the pump and injectors. This way, clean fuel restores pressure, cooling, and smooth combustion instantly. So ignoring the filter feels minor, but protecting fuel quality in your Ford protects the most precise parts of the engine. Before we move on, quick pause. If you own a Ford diesel and actually care about keeping it strong, this channel is built for you. Hit subscribe, tap the like button, and join the people who fix problems before they get expensive. Number 4, skipping preventive maintenance. A Ford diesel isn't just an engine. It's a system of cooling, airflow, sensors, belts, hoses, and fluids all working together. When one part slips, the rest start compensating without you noticing. It happens because power stroke engines run hotter and under more pressure than gas engines, which means small maintenance tasks matter a lot. At the same time, coolant keeps temperatures stable. Belts spin the water pump and alternator. Hoses move air and boost, and sensors balance fuel and timing every second. And for all of this, preventive maintenance keeps all of those parts aligned before problems show up on the dash. Preventive care isn't about fixing something broken. It's about stopping tiny changes from turning into performance loss, overheating, and airflow imbalance inside your Ford. Once those shifts begin, the engine starts working harder just to feel normal. So how does this actually work? Actually, Ford schedules inspections for coolant strength, belt tension, hose condition, and sensor health because heat and vibration slowly weaken them. A soft coolant hose can collapse under boost, a worn belt can reduce water pump speed, and dirty sensors can misread airflow, forcing the engine to inject fuel incorrectly. That creates higher exhaust temperatures, unstable boost, and uneven combustion. Then checking fluids, replacing worn belts, inspecting charge pipes, and cleaning sensors keeps pressure, cooling, and timing stable. Basically, preventive maintenance makes everything work more smoother by keeping the system balanced. Number 3, poor driving patterns and aggressive throttle. Every Ford diesel responds to how you drive it. A smooth throttle builds steady pressure, while aggressive inputs force the engine to jump between low and high load instantly. Ford engines create boost through exhaust flow, and that flow depends on controlled acceleration, not sudden spikes. When the pedal gets slammed, fuel delivery surges before airflow stabilizes, and the turbo has to catch up in milliseconds. This imbalance stresses the turbo, drivetrain, and combustion process repeatedly during daily driving. Aggressive driving changes how pressure, temperature, and fuel behave inside your Ford. With time, those sharp transitions start reshaping how the engine breathes and burns. The difference is mechanical. Rapid throttle causes high exhaust gas temperatures and sudden boost spikes, forcing turbo bearings and vanes to adjust instantly. Then repeated surges accelerate wear on the turbo shaft, wastegate, and intercooler couplers. Sometimes hard launches also stress injectors by demanding large fuel volume before airflow fully stabilizes, reducing combustion efficiency. Ford engineers tune diesels for progressive throttle because smooth load changes keep temperatures and boost predictable. Rolling into power instead of stabbing the pedal protects airflow balance and fuel timing. And honestly, driving style doesn't just affect speed, it decides how calmly your Ford's engine survives every mile. Number 2, skipping turbo cooldown. Every day, people park their Ford, turn the key, and walk away instantly. They ignore cooldown and shut the engine off after hard driving. This is where the problem starts because a turbo doesn't stop working the moment the wheels stop. After highway pulls, towing, or fast acceleration, the turbo is still spinning at extreme speed, and turbochargers can spin over 150,000 RPM and reach temperatures above 900 degrees Fahrenheit inside the housing. So shutting the engine off immediately cuts oil flow while that heat is still trapped inside. But if oil is what protects your turbo while it spins, how safe is it to cut that protection while the turbo is still hot? When a hot turbo loses oil flow, the remaining oil inside the bearings cooks instead of circulating. This creates carbon buildup called oil coking, which hardens inside the turbo shaft and restricts lubrication paths. Over time, coking damages bearings, slows spool response, and increases shaft play, which can lead to boost leaks or full turbo failure. Letting the engine idle for 30 to 90 seconds after heavy driving, towing, or highway speeds is something you should never skip, because this keeps oil moving while temperatures drop safely. Even gentle neighborhood driving for the last minute before parking works as a natural cool down. A short pause protects thousands of dollars in turbo parts and keeps your Ford's boost system healthy for the long run. Number 1, using poor quality or old diesel fuel. Some drivers treat diesel like it's immortal. It's like they just fill it once, forget, and expect the engine to stay loyal forever. But there is something they should know that diesel fuel ages. It absorbs moisture, grows microbes, and loses combustion quality when it sits too long in tanks or jerry cans. Ford Power Stroke engines use high-pressure common rail injection, spraying fuel at over 30,000 psi. That system depends on clean, fresh, water-free diesel to survive. When bad fuel enters the system, it attacks pumps, injectors, seals, and filters at the same time. If fuel is the lifeblood of your Ford, how healthy can the engine stay when that fuel is old, contaminated, or cheaply blended? Poor diesel contains water, sulfur residue, or biological growth that corrodes injector tips and damages the high-pressure fuel pump. Water reduces lubrication inside the pump, causing metal-to-metal contact, while microbes create sludge that clogs filters and injector nozzles. In Power Stroke engines, one contaminated tank can trigger hard starts, rough idle power loss, and expensive injector replacement. For this, ultra-low sulfur diesel from high turnover stations keeps fuel fresh and properly blended. Brands like Shell, BP, Chevron, ExxonMobil, and Indian Oil use detergent additives that clean injectors while protecting fuel systems. During cold months, winter-grade diesel prevents gelling, while fuel stabilizers help if your truck sits for long periods. Just remember, good fuel protects the entire injection system every single mile. So now tell me, which of these habits are you guilty of, and which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to protect your engine even deeper, your next stop should be our video on dangerous engine oils. Ford owners must avoid right now, because the wrong oil can destroy a Power Stroke faster than bad driving ever could.